Hey, welcome back to the Bako Motorsports Hour, the Kern County Raceway Park segment. I'm Mike Griffith with Steve Hughes from KCRP. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I haven't moved since the last segment. I'm right here.
And that's great.
Yeah.
No energy expended.
No, I'm liking that.
You gotta love that.
Absolutely. The seat is warm.
The seat is warm.
So that's a good thing.
So Kern County Raceway Park, you guys gearing up for some big pavement races.
For not doing much in the month of October, we're doing a whole bunch in the month of October.
Right. Started last weekend.
Started last Friday
back
night.
on the dirt track.
Yeah, with our second dirt track race. Had 60 cars in the pits. Great crowd turnout. You know, it was the last weekend of the fair, so we were going against high school football last weekend of the fair, and we were very pleased, especially with the turnout of race cars and some great race fans out there.
Yeah, those Friday nights on the fair are tough. Football season, you got the fair, you got a race running. There's a lot of things going on.
A lot of stuff happening, yeah. So we were real happy with the turnout and had some great racing out there.
Had some great racing. You had started the racing as usual with mini dwarfs, right?
Yeah, the junior mini dwarfs. We saw a great race there with Hank Hall making a pass on near the end of the race. Couple laps to go. Hank Hall was just patient. Had a third or fourth place car and was able to make a move through some lap traffic and get his first win out there at KCRP. Sure. And he is a trophy kart racer. And he's trying his hand at this mini dwarf stuff, and he's kind of fell right into it, man. He's been very successful so far.
Hooking another one.
Yeah, got another one there. Absolutely.
What about that senior mini dwarf
Oh, boy,
race?
you want to talk about a battle for that one. Kersey Young looked like was the one to beat, but Steven Johnson came out early in the race and made a pass on her to take over the lead, and Kersey made a last lap effort. I mean, drove it in, just dive bombed it into 3 and 4, but spun herself out, and Steven Johnson got the win. I think he was going to get the win anyway, but that she had to make that last try, the attempt at the last lap pass.
Well, that's good. You got it. Hey, she'll drive on the dirt.
Oh, yes, she will.
Yeah, and on the pavement.
Yeah.
She's not averse to sticking the nose in
No.
and making some moves.
Absolutely not.
She's growing up
Absolutely
fast for a couple
not.
years in that.
You bet.
And then you had Mod Lights out there, and pretty good race there.
Yeah, Air Force veteran Jeff Fry did a great job. Had a good car count there. Almost had all of them there. Of course, our good buddy Zach Forster was back in Texas watching the Texas Rangers try and clinch the division.
Right. Watching his brother there, Kobe Lewis.
But Jeff Fry put on a great show. Jerry Flippo, that was the kid that was the most impressive, man. Really gave Jeff Fry, a veteran of that division, a run for his money.
Yeah, and that's you've got, as you say, you've got some older guys and you've got some youngsters in that division. So that's kind of a mix.
For us, this is almost parallel to what we see in the Legends division on the asphalt. So some guys that are veterans that just love coming out there and doing it, some young kids that are really learning the dirt, and then some guys that just love these cars, and it's, it's not a huge investment for them, so they can come out and have a great time on a Friday or Saturday night.
How do they get around that? As I say, oddly shaped, or rather unique
the
shape.
Egg. Yeah, the egg. They get around there
lights?
pretty good. They don't have as much trouble because of the lightness of the cars, and they've got some good horsepower in those Mod Lights. So they get around turns 1 and 2 pretty slick, and then it's wide open in 3 and 4.
And then you had, and this is a night of firsts out there. You had American stocks, hobby stocks, and pro stocks, all in their first race.
All making their debut, and Eric Simmental, the Cannibal, just did a fantastic job in the American stock division. You don't see a lot of bumping and banging going into turn 1, especially in these heavier stock cars, because I think the guys are concentrating so much on hitting the right line through that tricky 1 and 2 that they don't really have time for that extracurricular activity on the racetrack. But Simmental did a fantastic job, and Dakota Brown was right there on his rear bumper.
And is that a deal there where that turn 1, turn 2 is key?
Absolutely. Because if you get through that very well, that it's kind of a big, long, sweeping back straightaway into that wide open 3 and 4, and you can really start making some moves coming. If you get the exit of turn 2 just right, you can make some passes down that back straightaway.
And you get up there a little faster, car, hobby stocks. How'd that go?
Great. Luke Dodd came up.
And where's Luke Dodd?
He's from down south. Normally races at Paris.
Okay.
And he brought the car that finished up, I believe. Who was it? Stefan Davies, yeah, brought that 16 car up with him as well. But some great racing going on between Lloyd Wren Jr., Steven Johnson, Mike Bully. It was a really great main event for the hobby stocks, but Luke Dodd had him covered. He led from the drop of the green flag.
And then
so.
good racing down between a lot of local guys.
Yeah, it was really nice. Really fun to see those cars. They really liked the racetrack. Track held up very well. We brought in some brand new clay. So a big investment for the racetrack there, and it really paid off with a nice racing surface.
Yeah, because I imagine with all those cars trying to hit the same spot and turning sideways, that's just like trying to dig a hole.
We changed the geometry into turn number 1. It used to drop you down into 1. Now it's more of a nice steady incline going into turn 1 before you hit the banking there in 1 and 2. And the change in geometry and the new clay has really helped out the racetrack.
Then you got some really pretty fast race cars out there, those pro stocks. Those are, many, you might as well say like a limited late model. Those are fast race cars. How'd they do?
Oh, it was an unbelievable race. Father and son, Steve Drake and Logan Drake, Brady Bell, Billy Simpkins, Lonnie Welch, Tim Randolph, all those names that we're used to hearing put on a great show for the race fans. Side by side between Logan and Steve Drake for about 4 laps, so that was pretty amazing. And Billy Simpkins had to muscle his way up into second spot, so it was a good run.
A good run. So,
yeah.
Any more plans for the dirt track this year? Or
Yeah, we'll be back on November 21st. It's the weekend of our King of the Wing. So we're looking at a kind of an open wheel weekend for that weekend. We haven't secured the divisions for the dirt track on that Saturday night, the 21st. When I say Saturday night, I don't mean Saturday night. It looks like it's going to be a day race.
Saturday,
kind of a matinee. November 21st. We're looking to do some open wheel action there on Saturday, and then come right back on Sunday with the King of the Wing.
Okay, and then we've got some slides of, I think, what's coming up here.
Yeah.
October 17th, the second annual Citgo Lubricants Fall Shootout.
Big one for us, the DC's RV Center 100, the Spears SRL Southwest Tour. NASCAR Late Model 50, that's been changed from 75 to 50, and the Spec Mod from 50 down to 40. We'll also see the S2s, championship races for the Legends and the 911 Series.
Okay, and the Southwest Tour are going to be interesting. You're going to have Derek Thorne back in the saddle for that one. Brian Richardson going to make his Southwest Tour debut.
And the final 2 races in the Spears Southwest Tour Series are going to come down really to the championship's going to come down to these final 2 races. It's very tight, the tightest it's been in the 15-year history of the Southwest Tour. So we're excited to be one of those last 2 races for the championship.
And the late model, that race should draw a large field of late models as well.
Veterans Day, the late models are going to be great. Spec Mod should be good. SRL S2 series is always great at KCRP. And the Legends with that championship race, that championship battle being so tight, that's going to be a good one as well.
And then on the November 7th, the Veterans Day Classic, the Ironman 125, that's a big money race, isn't it?
It is, $11,700 to win. It's on 11.7. We're paying 11.7 plus a huge passing bonus of $5,000, and we've got 25 pre-entries for the Ironman 125. So that's looking good. That's looking real good.
But before all of that happens,
this weekend
we're going to have some quiet.
Yes.
Well, relatively quiet. You hear the sound of gears. You hear a zzz. You can hear the gears.
Yep.
What do we got coming up?
It's the first annual Jumpstart Classic Criterium Bicycle Race. It's a 2-day event. All different kinds of skill levels going to be there, from the average rider to the professional rider, even down to kids. I think we're going to have some politicians out there on Sunday as well. So it's really open to anybody. The big deal for the kids is 12 noon on Sunday. It's free to come out and race the course. So you get out there about 11:30, get registered, bring your kids' bikes out, and they'll run that kids' race. But the pro races are going to be amazing, and it's a criterium style, about 1.5 mile course that starts on the inside of the track.
So how much do they use some of the infield? And
Yes.
Okay.
So they'll start on the start-finish line, heading the opposite direction.
Okay.
Go into turn 4, then to turn 3, and then out the big white gate, up onto the DC's RV trackside section there, down the hill, so it'll kind of almost hit the dirt track, and then kind of through the parking lot, then down the main drag, into the tunnel, back out onto the racetrack. Then they'll go to the infield, 3 and 4 again, and make one big lap to the start-finish line. That's one complete lap.
How many laps are they doing?
Well, it's a timed event, so each event is timed. So like the pros race for 45 minutes, the kids race will be 1 lap. Some of the other divisions, Category 5, 40 minutes, Category 3, 45 minutes. So everything from 40 to 60 minutes, depending on your skill level.
That's a really wild criterium course because it incorporates pavement and dirt. It's like supermoto.
Well, we have done some improvements out there to the track. So the course is going to be on some asphalt type surface all the way around, no dirt.
So some type
of asphalt like
those,
surface.
Having ridden many, many miles on a bike,
Yes.
I can tell you those tires, they like to puncture.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest everybody get maximum PSI.
And
for
having
their race
been in
bikes.
one criterium in my life, back in my ute,
In your ute?
it was actually a beach park. Those are wild.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
wild race, and that can be a lot of fun. If you've never seen a criterium, it might be a good place to go out there and catch it.
Yeah, USA Cycling, Southern California Cycling Association, all those guys are coming up from down south, so we're really looking forward to a great event this weekend. Everything kicks off on Saturday at 4 p.m. That'll run from about 4 to 10, and then on Sunday, the first race is at 7:45 a.m., so under the lights on Saturday, and then a day race on Sunday.
Under the lights, and there's enough. You're going to have some portable lights out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It'll
So
be well lit. No doubt.
It'll be well lit. So that's going to be, I'm still saying this is going to be a wild criterium course.
And that's how we want it. We want some buzz about this event. It's a unique and special event to Kern County Raceway, and we're excited for it this weekend.
Well, that's a good deal. We've got that. And then after that, back into motorsports.
Absolutely. Can't wait. It's going to be a big finish to the season for us.
Okay. Well, thanks for dropping
Thanks,
by,
Mike.
Steve. And we will see you next week. We'll be talking Southwest Tour then. We'll be back in a moment.